interrupt. The stories, dump in the ocean, chop up the bodies, these things, they sound like they can't be happening. Ted Gunnison, respected law enforcement professional, recently or retired now from the FBI, former regional director of Los Angeles. Do you, sir, believe that these dreadful allegations of babies being sacrificed are true?
I absolutely believe it, without any doubt, based on the information that's been given to me across the country by numerous survivors and by confidential sources and informants.
I was impregnated by my who was costumed as the devil, and they created this ritual around the idea that they were impregnating me with Satan and I was carrying Satan's child.
I suppose the most vivid memory I have is when I, as a 3-year-old, was taken out by the railroad tracks as they murdered a hobo, and then they used certain parts of his body to initiate me. And then I became what they call the bride of Satan.
To Satan. In a Texas prison, this young man is serving a life sentence for a brutal stabbing, which he described to the police as a human sacrifice demanded by his master, Satan. But even more disturbing are the numbers of men and women undergoing psychotherapy who believe they have uncovered childhood memories of appalling satanic rituals.
It was similar to the crucifixion of Christ, where his side was pierced, and my uncle forced my hand to go into that incision and to feel what was inside there.
I was pushed and shoved off the altar and also forced to cut this child that I had just given birth to and then eat part of its arm and then throw it into the fire alive.
And then I was covered with feces and sewer sludge and ashes of dead babies, and I was put in and out of a furnace. And I screamed and cried, and I believe that where the stuff came off is where I have the scarring on my hands today.
Stories of the secret satanic network are coming out of therapy centers like this in Huntington Beach, California, where horrifying rituals are described every day.
Even as a child.
Dr. Timothy Maas heads a staff of 18 therapists. Between them, they believe they have discovered over 100 survivors of satanic abuse. For evidence, they rely on the memories of patients like Jolene, who's been diagnosed with a condition called multiple personality disorder.
I'm going to ask you to call Cassandra and have her come out.
On command, Jolene the adult reveals a separate teenage personality with terrifying memories of abuse.
You're about 15 years old, aren't you? As best you can, tell us what happened to your baby.
They killed her.
I know it's very difficult to be asked to talk about this again. How did they kill your baby?
First, they made a cut.
Multiple personality disorder is a highly controversial diagnosis. It is said to be a defense mechanism, the mind's way of coping with extreme trauma in early life. According to the theory, when severe abuse occurs, the personality splits in order to protect the conscious mind from painful memories.
It's all right. It's okay.
But the